everybody, this is Scott from the GroomsMen. As you can see, I'm rocking about 7 days growth. Just got out of the shower. I'm using the Aylsworth Kopperkant, or however you say it. It's a little bit of a tongue twister. The plus plate for this comes out July 8th. This is just the standard plate. It's been reviewed a couple times by Adam and then by JD, whose razor this is, from the channel. I'm going to be loading this up with the Gillette Platinum. And this is my third time using this razor. And I've had good success with it. I haven't found it necessarily hard. The blade loading, it is big enough to where the tabs don't stick out. So, you know, holding it upside down, loading the blade, putting the top cap. And then I always just kind of pinch it from the sides if your tabs don't get it. And then just go ahead and tighten on the handle, all right? I'm gonna be using a pre-shave soap since I am, or pre-shave oil since I am rocking like 7 days growth with this. I'm gonna be using Zingari Man, the Wanderer Barbershop scent. It just has a good, fresh, clean scent to it. And as always, I'm gonna be running a synthetic brush this time, not necessarily my Badger. I'm gonna be tub loading this. And when you're doing tub loading, you know, I find it good to give it a good 15 to 20 seconds of swirls counterclockwise and clockwise here, okay? So with this, this razor, like I said, there's a plus plate making it more efficient or aggressive, whatever you want to say. And then, you know, often you get asked is, how do you know when you got enough soap on your brush? Well, you see this? You see how the bristles are sticking together there? Well, when they start to stick together, it means you got a fair amount of lather / soap in there on that, okay? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and get wetted up, get some pre-shave oil on. The reason I'm wetting up and then the oil itself is to like lock in the moisture, if that makes sense, right? So, go ahead and get wetted up real quick and then put pre-shave on. Pre-shave oil here. And with this little bottle, it takes a couple pumps of pre-shave oil. I put like 2 to 3 pumps on each side here, work it in real good to my beard. And then voila, like that, we're good. And then I'm gonna spend the rest of the time with this face lather in here on my face. You know, I wanna work it into it. My whiskers and stuff. So, and I just have so much growth that it's hard to, well, it's not hard. I could build a lather, but you know, the thing is about lather, to each their own, right? If you feel that you got it worked in good enough, you got enough padding there, like this, I call this good enough. Alright, let's go ahead and get the razor wetted up. And I have shifted from using cold to warm. I don't necessarily give a crap what the water is. But this razor has got to be held, according to Aylsworth, at a 22-degree angle to your face, okay? So what that means is this is your face. This is a 90. So half of 90. So somewhere in here is a 45. And you want to tilt it to about another half. So you need to be at about this angle when you're shaving your face. I will say, I mean, I didn't necessarily have any issue with finding the angle on this razor, and as you can see, it's very efficient. All right, I have 7 days growth here, and it's taking it down, no problem. So obviously, I got the angle down, and you know, one thing you can tell, I hate to say this, but an efficient razor from an inefficient razor, especially with heavy growth, all right? Because if it's an inefficient razor, this much growth with a DE is very painful to shave, all right? I don't know how many of you often shave with this much growth, but I often do. So to be honest with you, the razors get through their paces pretty well with me because of the fact that I shave with such heavy growth. And I have a very full beard, as you've seen. before the video started that I could grow a beard pretty easily if I chose to. Considering the boat anchor goatee setup. But with all decisions like that, I run it by my wife first. You know, I don't want to wind up dead. So, you know, to be honest with you, half the time, you know what I get as an answer? I don't care. My wife and I have known each other a really long time. We grew up together. Oh, we've been together since 2011 now, so 12 years. I'm gonna up on 13 here at the end of the year, so been together a long time. Been married for like 6 now, so it's been a while. But this razor is, I do believe it's a brass razor with just a stone finish or natural finish on it. From my understanding, the plus plate was supposed to come out a little sooner, but he had some issues with getting them from customs because I believe they're from Canada, is where they're from. Had issues with customs. Got them all back and then realized the finish is different from what's currently available and had to redo the finish on all of them. So, very smooth razor, very mild. I mean, I consider it mild. I mean, it's efficient, but it's definitely mild because like this, there's no blade feel. I get no blade feel from it. Getting some relief from the heat. Air conditioning is fantastic. Been doing some delivering lately. You know, this is one thing often people find tricky, right? How did I get right here? Well, what I do is I turn a razor like this and kind of do a scooping action and pull it down and just kind of use the corner of the D and scoop it away just like that, all right? So there we go. There's the first pass. Good. I'm gonna rock this. Wait till you see this. I'm gonna rock this. Washcloth. That's what I do. Alright. And as you can see, I got no weepers yet, no cuts. It's probably gonna be against the grain that gets me because it's how it always goes. I'm not gonna do pre-shave this time. Pre-shave oil because this needs a little bit more water to it. For the fact that I got it all off really well, very efficiently. I'm typically a shower shaver, so to shave here in front of the camera is a little bit cheating, and in front of the mirror, usually I can't see what I'm doing. And look, you know, I'm not one that's a firm believer in, oh my God, I gotta have the poofiest lather on earth. Okay, everyone's lather is gonna be different. And to be honest with you, my, you know, your mileage may vary or whatever that saying is. My lather differs from the soaps. Every soap is different. You know, when I use like a Barrister and Men soap, I got a ridiculously thick lather. When I use like my Nivea shave stick, I get a thin lather like this. It all kind of depends on the soap I'm using. When I'm using 1955 or a Razor Emporium or Rex Supply Company one, I get a nice airy poofy lather. It depends on the lather. It depends how you want to work it. You know, sure, if you want to get consistent lather, that's it can work at. But if you want to get a lather that works for you, I'm not gonna be here to sit here and be your criticizer how you do your lathers. All right. What's more important is having your technique for shaving down with a razor, having a blade that works for you and that you like, because not all blades are created the same, believe it or not. There are some pretty junky ones out there, but there's their fair share of good ones too. As you can hear, there's very little feedback here, so it's got a pretty close shave on the first pass. All right, there we go. 2 passes with the Aylsworth Kopperkant. I really like this razor. It's mild, it's efficient. I do believe I'd be shocked if we don't get the plus plate to do some reviews on. He did mention something on the last review of maybe sending us one to review when it come out. I don't know if that'll happen or not. If it don't, I imagine someone at the GroomsMen's gonna go ahead and pick one up. And then I just gotta do a little touch up here. Straighten those. There you go. So what do you think? Should I do the boat anchor where he comes like here down and then kind of here and out goatee, or should I just go no facial hair? What do you think? All right, no weepers, not really any feedback. So great, great shave. I really appreciate every single one of you being here. Hope you all enjoyed the 4th. Thank you again for supporting the channel. Send your friends, send everybody. This razor, if you're looking for a great mild starter razor with some decent weight to it, I would definitely recommend this razor. It's very good, all right? The Aylsworth Kopperkant. This is not the plus blade. That, again, I think is available July 8th, I think is what I said or saw, which is the base plate's different. It's my guess is the bar is lowered a little bit so that it creates a more open gap on the razor there. As you can see, it's not a very big gap. And the blade exposure is definitely it's slightly negative. It's hard to see. Maybe you can, yeah, it's a little bit of a negative or neutral blade exposure. To me it looks, man, like it looks neutral, looks dead and neutral. It's hard without a microscope or seeing or magnification. All right, well, thank you everyone for joining me. This is Scott from the GroomsMen. Stay classy and have a good weekend.